Hey guys, it is Rippa Mike coming at you here from our Boyd dealership in Texas, RippaUSASales.com. It's Monday late afternoon. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm in my work clothes, like really work clothes, because we're trying to finish up the remodeling. We've got probably today, tomorrow, Wednesday at the most, and then we'll be all done at least for this phase, except for probably next weekend or so we'll be epoxying the floor. But the purpose of this video is to talk about warranty. So I did a quick video on this. A lot of people have called me and or sent me an email and expressed concerns over some I'm trying to be nice, a person posting like skeptical whatever about Rippa, and do they really have a warranty? Do they stand behind it? So I've already beat that horse to death. Yeah, Rippa, they've got a warranty. Kubota, this is not like even someone posted a post today, and I think they're just trolls, trying to throw dirt over here. And if we were to see who's paying them, it's a competitor of Rippa's, or who knows. The point is, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really a negative person. Like when they try and call and how about comparing this versus, and then they talk about somebody else. I don't have any control over that over there. What I do have control of is what's sitting right here to the side and that way, and then all the way down this way, meaning Rippa. And I can control this somewhat. Insofar as if I thought it was crap, I guarantee you I wouldn't have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this. And when I posted my note, you can find me on LinkedIn. I was at Cisco for over 15 something years, NetApp, got laid off at both, and finally I said, I hate that. So now here I am. I could have picked Durrett. I could have picked whoever I wanted. Sany. Outside of like the Kubota, Bobcat, the John Deere, where that's the generational type thing. You got to have tens of millions of dollars. I could have went with anybody. This is what I chose to do. And it's about quality. It's about management listening to me because I'm listening to you and providing feedback. We've made dramatic changes here. Probably the biggest impact was an overall refresh of the entire mini skid line, the RS20. I'm really hopeful, hint, Rippa management, that they'll come out with an RS40. Stop messing around with this little stuff. We need two things. I need a machine to where we can actually do a video or three showing that the RS20 can work now that they made some design changes. And then, come out with an RS40. Give us like 120 horsepower machine that can get out there and get it done. We're talking, 11, 12,000 pound machine that can have no issues running a 84-inch Fecon mulcher, or Chinese mulcher from Rippa, whatever. But outside of that, we've made changes where we suggested that hey, look at the difference between the R32 and the R22. R32, way bigger machine, but it's dramatically harder to get into because of how they mounted that door I'm sorry, not the door, but the left joystick, for the operator. They've now made that change. And I showed a video on it down in Houston 2 or 3 weeks ago. So these are things where they're willing to listen. Now, do they listen to everything? Yes. Do they make changes to everything? No. Because again, I'm one voice, and I'm still in the Rippa world. I'm less than 6 months around. Even though I might have good ideas and think I'm the best thing since sliced bread, still there's other people that they've got to listen to, and rightfully so, right? But it still doesn't mean that they don't listen, and they do. But going back to the warranty thing, these are not gray. Like the one guy, he posted, well, they're supposedly gray market machines. No, they're not. That Kubota engine sitting in the RS06 is no different than the Kubota engine sitting in the SCL 1000, up in Decatur, other than this is the D1105 and that's the D905. I did a video that I think is going to be releasing later today, or where I had a guy just bought one, the Kubota SCL 1000, And we showed it around, and man, it's a very nice, pretty machine, but $40,000+, $15,100. Much bigger machine, much bigger displacement engine, much smaller engine displacement. And then, really the only thing that he has over, the Kubota has over the Rippa, is the travel speed is dramatically faster. Well, guess what? The 4 machines that I just picked up this past Friday from Houston, this is about the last of this, and then the refresh models coming in like Thanksgiving, early December or so, from what I'm now being told. So that machine's gonna have a 2 true-way speed drive motors, on each side. So we're gonna be having some drag races here come really quick. So I already know that this will outperform all the working of a Kubota, Durette, Bobcat, whatever. I mean, it's nothing to do with Rippa, right? It's the pump, and it's that D1105. I mean, they're both 25 horsepower, but the 1105, you can Google the specs, just ask AI to do a generative query for you. What's the difference between the D1105 and the D905? This is way more torque. I mean, we're talking, compare a gas to a diesel, right? I mean, gas, 80 miles an hour, you're screaming along at like, 4,000 or more RPMs. Diesel, 80 miles an hour. In mine, sitting right over there, 1850 RPMs-ish, give or take 10 RPMs. Huge difference. It's all about that low end torque, right? That's why truckers use diesel, because they need to be able to get up and start going. Now with electric, well, that's a whole different discussion I don't even want to get into. But what I want to talk to you, because I'm now getting about 1 to 2 calls on this a day. So absolutely, you can buy through, there's a difference between resellers and dealers. A reseller, for good or bad, right? I don't own Rippa. Rippa makes the decision that I think their minimum is 3 or 5 machines. Anybody on the planet, if you've got money, they'll sell to you if you want to buy 3 to 5 machines. Understand, I already did a video on this. Understand what you're getting into when you buy. If there's something wrong, you're dealing with China, okay? That's 13 hours ahead of Dallas time, 11 hours ahead California, 14 hours ahead East Coast, right? And that's a huge thing, right? So you're gonna have to be very patient. It's gonna take a couple of months to get here. And if there's problems, like I just had one of these RS06s, there's a leak on one of the fittings. I'll have that fitting in about 3 weeks. Actually, I'll have it in about 3 or 4 days, because I've got a supply of spare parts coming. So I'll just be able to, swap those out. And then whenever the warranty comes in, then I'll swap that out, because I've got 5 of everything to deal with warranty stuff. And then, well, anyway, so there's that. So you're gonna have to be all up in that, and you're gonna have to know who to contact. You're gonna have to, all that kind of stuff. So resellers, they're gonna undercut me. It's like, I lost a sale on $60,000 for an R57, and I think it was ordering about 5 or 6 attachments, and he just kept wanting to go back and forth. And I'm like, look, man, I've already did this and this for you. If you buy a machine from us, let's just say, like the R57 there, you get 50% off either at the day you buy the machine, 2 years from now, whatever. So long as you have that R57, you'll be able to get R57 attachments, no matter what the price is, for 50% off of our posted price, okay? And then we'll do something with you there on shipping, but that's subject to change. So that's really about all I'm saying. Now, if you turn around and sell that and buy an R32, well, you no longer then get the R57 pricing discount, right? That's now on the R32. Kind of makes sense, right? Okay, so let's just talk, because I drive a Ram, 1 ton. So I didn't buy it at my local dealer. I bought it down there in Cleburne, which is just over an hour, because it was thousands cheaper. Here's the difference between Rippa and Ram, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, whatever, right? So I can go to any authorized Ram dealer and buy that machine, or buy that vehicle, and then turn around and go to any other authorized service center, dealer, reseller, whatever you want to call it, at Ram, anywhere in the country, and they'll fix that for me, no charge if it's a warranty issue. Once the mothership, Stellantis, Chrysler, whoever they are, once they approve that, okay? The difference with Rippa is if you bought that machine over there from reseller and they don't have spare parts, they don't have attachments, they don't have, and because I get to 1 to 2, I've not, in the past 2 weeks, I haven't went a day, other than maybe on a Saturday or Sunday, where I haven't gotten at least one call. Some are 3, where you bought it from a reseller, right? And that's all they are. They're just reselling it. Okay. I'm a dealer. I've got over 30 grand either coming or sitting in my building right over here of not only attachments but cylinders. I'm working with my technical guy, Liji. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've got like, I don't even know, like hundreds and hundreds of hydraulic filters, oil filters, fuel filters, all that kind of stuff. That's about $7,000 or $8,000 that I'm gonna have to take out of the air and send to China. And guess what? It's gonna cost me 2 months of time to get it here. And then it's not like they're magically sold on day one. So in other words, I'm gonna be sitting on that for quite a while. So that's the difference between a dealer and a reseller. Reseller, they're not gonna have anything. They're just there to make a couple $100, $1,000, whatever. Don't call them though, unless you're unless you're wanting to buy more machines. And they probably don't even have attachments. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But this is just what I'm based on. So now let's talk about you need to file a claim. Well, the reason why you call me is because they can't help you. Okay, so for me, so with Rippa, once the mothership, over in China at Rippa, once they cover that machine and say, yes, that cylinder, drive motor, whatever it is, okay, the shipping, the shipping is on you, right? There's no labor, and the dealer's just there to facilitate that. But still, you're talking about 2 to 3 hours time, probably, maybe more, maybe a little less. But on average, I've now made 3 warranty claims, and I'm in it for about 2 to 3 hours on each one of these, okay? And they're all 3 done by a customer. One really wasn't a warranty attachment. We delivered an R15, and the mirror and the headrest fell off the machine during transport, and nobody noticed it until the customer, like 2 weeks later. So technically, we're paying, I don't even know, it was like, $80 or whatever. So that's on the way. So that was one. We delivered another R15, and the whole spacing where the drive motor, the sprocket turns, that had a really big gash in it where it was across 3 holes. So when he tried to make a turn, and it was right on that sprocket, whatever you want to call it, it would just slide right off because of the lateral force there. So I just got that approved, and it's coming from China. That'll be here in about 3 weeks and going right to the customer. So this is the kind of stuff that we're here, and then the third one was, oh, I just did it. I was just talking about it. So it's one of the RS06s that I picked up. It's the fitting. It's got a hydraulic. I think it's probably one of the O-rings. So it's just basically unbolt it, put another one on, add hydraulic fluid, no big deal. So that's the third one. So, and that machine hasn't been sold yet, nor will it be until that's fixed. So anyway, so now you've bought a machine from a reseller and you need a whatever replaced. So I'm going to charge you for my time because you did not come and buy that machine from me. Additionally, I've got people that pay for attachments, and they're paying full price. They're not getting 50% off. So the machine upfront cost, maybe you can save $1,000 over there, but you need to ask yourself, is an upfront cost worth it? That's cheaper. then maybe I've got my neighbor over here. He just pulled in, so that's what the lights are. But the total, in the IT world, we call it total cost of ownership, where how much is this going to cost you 6 months into it, a year into it, literally maybe a month into it. So these are things you need to weigh. I'm not going to tell you one way is better than the other, because ultimately it's your money. Obviously, I'd rather you buy from a dealer, not a reseller. Because I see so many people posting, they're literally, like I'm saying, I get 1 or 2 calls every single day, 5+ days a week. And I'm on the Rippa groups on Facebook, and I see people posting in there, and I feel so bad, but there's nothing I can do, right? We don't live in that Star Trek world where we never have to worry about going to the bathroom, and we never have to worry about money. Deep Space Mine, they're all hooked up on Latinum, but outside of that. But the big thing there is, just think about what you're wanting to do, because I haven't seen yet anybody either they order direct, they order through a reseller, where they've actually saved money. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it yet. But anyway, you do what you want to do, and I'm wanting to give you information. Personally, I wish Rippa would stop selling to individuals. I wish they would stop selling to resellers. You don't see Ford, Chevy, GM, Toyota selling three Camrys or 3 Ram 3500s to some guy over there that's got that money. No, you've got to have millions of dollars sitting over here. I mean, I'm a little bitty guy. I don't have a sugar mama, daddy. I don't have somebody where I've hit the lottery. Everything I've got here, this is savings, and I don't have millions of dollars. So I'm sitting here like you don't see me, but I mean, I'm in here. Jake and I, my main guy here, we were here till 1 o'clock in the morning the other night, or morning, I guess. And we're here, it's now 6, although it looks like it's probably 10 o'clock at night. But we're going to be here late, and we're going to be back at it at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, because, we open at 8. So I'm doing everything I can do to save money to keep this thing going, which I'm not struggling, and I'm definitely not complaining. I thank God everything's going as good as it is. And I thank God so much for giving me you guys to order. I mean, now that we've started taking credit cards via Melio payments, man, we've probably booked $35,000, $40,000, and I haven't even talked to a guy yet. Some of these guys where it's like they just go in, and next thing you know, I've got an email saying this customer just sent $9,000 for an RS03 and a whole bunch of attachments, or an R15 or an R10, or whatever that is. So that's awesome. So it's a very good problem to have, and it's going to accelerate, me being able to bring staff on to where we'll have a building going, you can't see it, but down this side right here, and it'll be nothing but attachments and parts. That in there will be our service bay, 2 service bay, where I'll have 1 to 2 full-time service people on staff, where we'll be able to do my goal is I'll be able to do WebExes, FaceTimes, whatever you want to call it. And if you've got an issue, to where we'll be able to help you do all that remotely, So if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to post them down below. But this is just some of the stuff you're getting into, reseller versus dealer. It's kind of like, anybody can be a teacher, but unfortunately the vast majority of teachers are not educators, right? So whole nother can of worms there, but I talk in parallels. But anyway, so you guys get it. Please like and subscribe as always. Hope y'all have a good evening, good week. It's Monday evening. Those will probably drop out on YouTube Wednesday evening. Typically, they get released 2 days after we upload them. We're always available. Call our office number, the website, rippausasales.com. Anything we can do for you, we'd love to help you. If we can earn your business, that'd be awesome. But everybody take care. Have a great evening. Bye.